Welcome everybody back to another ASMR video. This one is a remarkably different one because you can see the absolute state of my room. 2, because I quite evidently have a cup of tea in front of me. And 3, because I started the video off with soft spoken, which is different for me. Today, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a whisper. Well, is it a whisper ramble? An ASMR. What's that growling? An ASMR ramble about animes. A lot of you who have been watching the channel for a little bit would have probably seen, if I move my head this way, I have posters up there. And occasionally I record my videos, this really hard point, on the floor, right back there. And you would have seen the photos in the background, the posters. Girl of Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, and Attack on Titan. Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, and Attack on Titan. Now, those are not all the animes I've watched, obviously, but Demon Slayer was one of my girlfriend's gifts to me either for Christmas or my birthday. No matter what, it was an amazing gift. One Punch Man was one I got myself from the legendary HMV. And Attack on Titan was the first poster I ever got, and it was also the first anime I ever watched. So it's pretty poetic. Now, surprisingly, for having an Attack on Titan poster, I am yet to finish the series. But that's because I kind of got tied up with watching other things, and then life got in the way, so I haven't really watched that much anime recently. But it's still a big passion of mine. Also, apologies if you can see the suitcase back there. I just came back from Exeter to celebrate my birthday. So the video you saw on my birthday was pre-recorded like a few days before, but you didn't need to know that. You did not need to know that. Anyways, I'll start talking about the animes. So, we'll start off with the posters. Attack on Titan. Quite frankly, a masterpiece in storytelling, a masterpiece in design, a masterpiece just in terms of lore, in terms of, you could go down a rabbit hole, it's just, for someone who hasn't watched anime before, and if you're looking to get into it, I would start there. It's not, I think it's hard for some people to get past the stereotypes of some animes. It's like, if you're watching what is it, like something student club, or like maybe, I don't know, I think romance animes are like to blame for a lot of the bad stereotypes around anime watchers. Because I've never watched romance animes, and I know there's some that are completely fine, like there's some that are completely normal. But there's others that are definitively not normal. It ruins it for the rest of us. But Attack on Titan, I don't think I've cried watching many animes. Maybe like 1 or 2. But Attack on Titan was the first. And it was emotional. it's just so gripping. I say this as if I haven't not finished it. I will finish it. The only thing that stopped me from finishing it when I watched it is because all the seasons weren't out yet. So otherwise I could have finished it in like 2 days. However, I can't help but Eren Yeager, he just doesn't compel me. I watch it for the other storylines, primarily. Even though that's the main one. But you get attached to the side characters more than the main characters sometimes. So yeah. So yeah. Okay, One Punch Man. Again, easy to watch. You can finish it in a day. Well, you can finish it in a day if you have no life, like me. But you can finish it in a day. It's just amazing. It's satirical. It's funny. You think you know what's going to happen, and you do. But it still happens in a way that is so entertaining, and it's still somewhat unpredictable. I think Janos is one of the coolest characters of all time. I think his underdog story is just quite entertaining, and Saitama is just hilarious. It's another anime that kind of, being in an anime isn't the first thing you recognise about it, it's other things. It's really, really good. I can't really say much more about it because it's quite a one-dimensional kind of thing. There's not too many layers to it. It's very simple. I can't really say much as it will spoil it, but the simplicity is what makes the anime what it is. If it started having many more plot points, it would lose its grippiness. Because the whole story contends upon something so simple. I'm eagerly awaiting more episodes. And Demon Slayer. I'll whisper this one. Demon Slayer is probably the most widely known anime, and it's quite glad to see why. I mean, it's like Avatar and like Airbender, Firebender, but done a lot more succinctly, with a lot more to it. And the characters, oh my goodness, the characters are all easy to root for. They're also multifaceted. The story itself is very emotional, but it doesn't get lost in that kind of emotion. It's still quite action. Apologies for whatever sounds my throat is making. It's a shame it's nearing its end, really, because every episode is an absolute joy to watch. It follows a very natural progression, and it's just very, very good. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. The only thing I'd want to see more from it is maybe slightly less childish. Like, I appreciate it's kind of marketed towards a younger rather than older audience, but it still feels like infantilizing the viewers. But that's just my general opinion. On that same kind of note is Haikyuu, another incredibly popular anime. One of the first ones I watched. It's fostered a love for volleyball inside of me, but my god, it gets a bit, the quality of the Nekoma versus Karasuno, that was terrible. It was terrible. It was so bad.
should have made it episodes instead of a movie.
Why would you? It screams the need that they're rushing it to try and get it done. There was nothing. Nothing that made me want to watch it. I almost paused it halfway through. I just wasn't watching the episode. It was just bad. Compared to the emotion that you had in the Zaraki, I'm definitely saying that so wrong. It lost everything. It was terrible. It was just such a... I think Haikyuu should be left where it is. They should have redone the Nakoma thing, maybe split it up into episodes and just said the film was a prelude, because it was awfully done, and I think it's definitely killed a lot of like
enjoyment of the anime, because I do not see anybody talking about it.
Instead, in terms of sports animes, I know that Blue Lock is quite well followed. I like Blue Lock, but you don't have the same attachment to the characters that Haikyuu was able to create. Maybe that's because it's football and obviously there's more players, it's harder to get into. But it lacks something. I've still watched most of it, but I just frankly don't really care. It doesn't make much sense. And I know someone's going to be like, oh, Attack on Titan doesn't make any sense. Shocker, it's a fantasy anime. But when you're branding it as a sports anime,
and you've locked these teenagers inside of a compound, surely you can do something more than that. I don't know, that just seems like a weird concept.
Why do they have to be locked inside a compound? Why can't they just come to training like normal children? Why have we got them inside a football equivalent of... I can't say that, but anyways. Just weird. Very, very odd. If you like sports animes,
I'm gonna put you on Ace of the Diamond, 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 Ace of the Diamond.
Objectively, badly animated. It's a slideshow anime. I didn't notice it until I saw someone post it in the comments of like, there's illegal anime watching website, but we'll just skip past that one. And then when I saw it, I couldn't unsee it.
But the plot is amazing, and I'm just so invested.
And it's really sad because I don't think it's going to get finished. The season is... I don't think a new episode's been posted for like 3 years. The manga's still being written, so there's still hope. But given that they were coming out regularly every year, I think we might be cooked. But heavily recommend. It's about baseball. I probably should have. If you couldn't get it by Ace of the Diamond, I have a lot of United States viewers.
You probably could have got that reference, so. But for my fellow Brits, it really gets you into baseball, that's for sure.
I love baseball now. Is that weird to say yes? Because no one plays it in the UK, but Otani. That's really cringy. But I should have done a top 3. But if I'm giving the best anime I've ever watched, number 1, if I could only watch one,
Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo Stray Dogs.
it combines the story of Attack on Titan, the abilities of Demon Slayer, the humour of One Punch Man, the action of not Haikyuu. Haikyuu was just bad, but it is a masterpiece. A masterpiece.
It's just so interesting. Every episode is just gets better.
And I'd started it with such little hopes because who's calling it anime? Bungo Stray Dogs. And
I still think that who's naming it anime Bungo Stray Dogs. But
it's amazing. It's amazing. It changed my life. It is literally.
Maybe it's because I like to read, but the references are just insane. If you have any kind of if you've consumed any kind of literature ever, you'll be listening and you'll go, oh my god, that's sick. Like, it's the coolest thing, the coolest concept. Really well animated, it's amazingly made.
There's a reason the fandom for it is so big. But definitely some people take the anime shipping too far, because there's definitely some weird people that come out of that. But the same with any anime, same with any show.
I always saw that shipping culture need to go. I just don't understand it personally, but do what you wish.
I'm trying to think of any other animes I've watched. I know I've definitely watched a lot. Missing two key ones.
Another amazing anime is Hunter x Hunter.
And the premise, like, the name also sounded odd, so I didn't watch it for a while, because I thought Hunter x Hunter, oh, it's a shipping anime, it's a romance anime. No, it's not. It's only the best action anime you'll ever watch in your life. Gon and Killua, their abilities, it does get a bit confusing, but the story is just insane. And the abilities go deeper, and they're just a lot more embedded in the lore than like Demon Slayer or anything else.
And on the same kind of vein, I feel like I'm viewing these two as quite the same in my head.
Jujutsu Kaisen is... It's... Honestly, I watched it with my dad. My dad loved it. I loved it. I was so sad when we finished watching it. That's the thing. For me, the saddest part of an anime is always finishing it. Like, what do you mean I don't get to watch this anymore? It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic.
It's tragic.
Now, I've definitely watched a few more animes. But now, since I've just remembered them, ranking, I'd go Bungo Stray Dogs, Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, and then it kind of gets like quite blurry, but then at the bottom right now is Haikyuu, which is sad because Haikyuu used to be up here, but no, Nakoma, you ruined it for everybody. What else have I watched?
This is different. I watched Delicious Dungeon. Delicious Dungeon is just,
if you're eating or something, it's just a funny little watch. It's a good anime. It's nothing like life-changing, but it's really imaginative, it's really creative. If you like food, like me, if you like fantasy, combines them, like that. Obviously, Delicious Dungeon, who am I? I'm like a food reviewer saying that it's yummy, obviously. And Kakegurui, that was insane. I don't know what to say about that. You just gotta go and figure that one out for yourself.
But now I can play poker quite well, so thank you, Kakegurui, for teaching me that. Well, you didn't teach me, but you inspired it, so thank you.
One thing. Do not watch Darling in the Franxx. I could not get very far through it for reasons that I've specified earlier, which you'd understand if you watched it. But I think that's all the animes I've watched. I'm definitely missing some obvious ones. but I have to go. So thank you very much for listening to my rant. I hope to see you in the next one.
Part 2, when I've actually finished Attack on Titan. Oh, I'm remembering more. And I talk about the rest of the enemies. Good night, 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 good night. Good night.